Oh, someone better wake up Stephen, because he's been in hiatus for the last few days because I've been at work. So we've not been able to do transport facts of the day because, frankly, I've been too tired getting in at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm lazy. Don't judge me. Actually, judge me like I don't care. I've some got to pay the bills somehow. People, come on. Right. So, transport facts of the day for the 1st of August. There's a lot today, believe it or not. Okay, so on today, the Metropolitan District Line, or the District Line of the London Underground, as we now know it, the Tube, connected with Addison Road on this day in 1872. Now, those of you who are going, Addison Road, sorry, mate, don't know that one. Addison Road is actually Kensington Olympia, and the connection from Earl's Court to Kensington Olympia was opened on this day in 1872 to connect in with the Great Western Railway, as that route is still used and was a connection for Great Western trains to get onto the District Line. Wasn't really used that much. A few freight trains used it, but it connected into Kensington Olympia. The Hoylake Railway, which is now part of Merseyrail, that opened in 1872, having been acquired and rebuilt, and remained in service with the opening of a new station, that being Birkenhead Dock. So that's that one. In 1798, we moved straight on. There was no tramways, no bus, significant things on this day in history. However, in 1798, Admiral Nelson, God bless you, sir, decided to beat the French in the Battle of the Nile in Abukir Bay. I can't pronounce it either. Napoleon was soundly defeated, and they left a lot of their sailors stranded because Napoleon legged it. But yes, Admiral Nelson cemented his place in history and became the British Admiral of choice for the Royal Navy on this day in 1798, having beaten the French at the Battle of the Nile. He then spent the next few years chasing them across the Caribbean and back, and then, of course, eventually in the bay of a rather famous battle, more commonly known as Trafalgar. However, Nile was the one that cemented him as the hero of the British Navy, those of you that know your Gilbert and Sullivan. Now then, 1968, the QE2. It's now in Dubai, I believe, but the QE2, very, very famous ocean liner, the last ocean liner before the QM2 was built, was on her test trials. She'd been launched from Glasgow. She'd been launched from John Brown's in Glasgow, and she began her sea trials on the 1st of August, 1968. In 1919, we move on to aircraft. There are 2 for today. In fact, no, there are 3. Hitler in 1940. We'll go with him. You remember him. Little bloke, moustache, was a corporal, became a dictator, a bit like the one across the sea in Washington. However, Hitler issued Directive 17 on this day in 1940, stepping up attacks on British shipping and British air bases. This was the prelude to the Battle of Britain, which, of course, the British won. It's all very well, you're attacking ships and convoys. You start knocking out the lands, we're going to start fighting back, as we did. So that happened today on 1940. Directive 17 was issued. In 1919, the first airline service from England to Paris, from a place called Hounslow Heath. Now, any of you that know London quite well will know that Hounslow is the location of a certain airport with 5 terminals. And 2 runways, more commonly known as Heathrow. But yes, Hounslow Heath to Paris became one of the first regular commercial air services in the United Kingdom. And finally, remaining with the airline stuff, because you know I love my airline stuff, in 1971, the Trident 3 was launched into service. It went on European routes, Paris being notably. Glasgow, it was a regular one. But the Trident 3 entered service for British European Airways. It didn't last very long. I think they were gone by about 76 because they were not very economic. And the APU was pretty much like having a spare engine on the back, and it weighed it down. You didn't land a Trident 3, allegedly. You controlled crashed it. So there we go. They didn't last very long because the 737 came to these shores, and British Airways realised that the 737-200 was a much better aircraft than a Trident, so they went. Other than that, hope you have a great day. I'm back at home. Yes, I went out yesterday to Redcar for the day, and I'm back home now. I shall be going out again Monday, and I'm seeing the child, Edward. He's not really a child anymore, but I shall be seeing Edward tomorrow. So hope you're all well. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you soon. Safety. Oh, and Stephen, wake up.
Brian Bancroft's fact of the day.